Hi there, come back again with another Blu-ray DVD update. This time for a horrifying Halloween haul. I got pretty much nothing but horror movies. Quickly though, before I even get started, show you some cool Funkos I got. I got Michael Myers, this lead Cenobite Pinhead. Got Beetlejuice, and not really horror, but from a horror movie, Ellen Ripley. So let me just jump right in. I got a couple DVDs and a couple Blu-rays. More than a couple Blu-rays. I got Tales from the Darkside, the complete series. That's all 4 seasons. I got this at Walmart for $30. Pretty good deal. It's kind of like a Tales with the Crypt mixed with Twilight Zone, and it's pretty good. It ran from 1983 to 88. And I've really enjoyed it so far. This is just a slip because I'm actually watching it. And I'm on season 2 now. Quite a few good episodes. And apparently there's a lot of episodes based off Stephen King's short stories. So I'm pretty excited. If you know my channel, you know I'm a big fan of Stephen King. So I also picked up the Tales from the Darkside, the movie, which I'll watch after I finish the show. So that's pretty cool too. Got that really cheap. I got Critters 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Critters, I really enjoyed Critters 1. The rest of them are only okay. Critters 2 is pretty decent. 3 and 4, not too great. 3 introduces Leonardo DiCaprio. But Critters 1, I had a really fun time with that. And to get them all for a pretty cheap price, all on DVD, not too bad. Moving on, some more Stephen King. I got Desperation. Pretty cool miniseries from the Stephen King wrote the thing and Mick Garris directed. They've worked together quite a few times, and yeah, pretty good. I enjoy this miniseries. It's more like a movie because it's only in 2 hours and 10 minutes. So yeah, pretty good stuff. If you haven't seen that, check it out. I think Ron Perlman's excellent in this. The movie itself is not the greatest, but it's not bad or anything. It's just kind of in between. And here's another Mick Garris, Stephen King collaboration. Stephen King's The Shining. Stephen King wrote this. It's about 4 hours long from what I remember. And it's pretty good. It's more like the book than Kubrick's version right there. This is more like the book, like with there's more a focus on ghosts. He doesn't use, for instance, he doesn't use an axe. He uses a croquet mallet, which is like the book from what I remember. And it leads up to the whole motel coming to an end, not just Jack Torrance himself. I enjoy this pretty good. I think this dude here, Steven Weber, does a good job. And he kind of gets possessed in a more macabre way than the Kubrick's, which I love Kubrick's version. I think it's a much better film. It's an amazing film. It's one of my favorite movies. But I think this is a really good adaptation of Stephen King's original book. So, if you haven't seen that, check it out. It's really good. So moving into the Blu-rays, I got the Shallows here. This is a new release. Well, not new anymore, but earlier this month, I believe. Pretty cool shark movie. Not exactly entirely realistic. I mean, it's a little over the top from sometimes. The shark seems to have a vendetta for Blake here, who looks amazing in her bathing suit, and she is gorgeous. Not the best acting from her at times, but she does a pretty good job. It's pretty much her the whole time alone. I just found the shark a little unrealistic sometimes. Almost more like a monster movie than an actual shark attack sort of movie. But it's good. I had a good time with it. It's fun. It's just don't take it too serious, and you'll have a good time. It's only about 88 minutes too, so it's not a long, tedious film. It's bing bang boom and we're done. Here, I'm gonna give the digital copy away. Here's the Shallows digital copy. 1, 2, 3. First come, first serve, as always. So moving right along, we got the Neon Demon here, Nicholas Winding Refn's new movie. Really cool. It's kind of a a study on obsession with beauty. Um, really crazy movie. The movie itself is more like the study of the culture's obsession with beauty, and the you know the search for it constantly. And it's about Ellie Fanning. He does a really good job in this movie, coming to the big city in LA, and she immediately is looked at as like this beautiful woman who immediately gets all these roles. She's pure beauty, and everyone in the entertainment business, her fellow models, all get really super jealous and envious. And yeah, the last act of this movie is fucked up though. Like, it goes from this like case study, like character study, like I said, the obsession with beauty and all that jazz, and it goes into something completely crazy in the last ending. In the last act. I would never ruin it for you, but definitely check it out. This is probably my second favorite movie from him, next to Drive. Drive is still the best to me, but this is a really good film. I enjoyed it. It's very visually stimulating, and like all his movies, and it just looks great on Blu-ray. Keanu Reeves is also in it for a small role. I think he does good for what his character has to do. So moving right along, I got the Night of the Living Dead remake, Tom Savini, written by George A. Romero. I like this one quite a bit. I love the original, don't get me wrong, but I like this one a lot too. Tony Todd's great in it, Bill Moseley, Patricia Tallman, and Tom Towles. It's a really great addition too. Comes from Umbrella Entertainment. I believe it's an Australian company. It does say Region B on it, but it's not locked. It worked fine for me, and that's what I read about before I bought it. That it says it's B, but it's not locked at all. It will work in American and Canadian, at least, Blu-ray players. So yeah, very happy to have this. This is the cool reverse art. On the inside, it's just like the house and a bunch of zombies crawling up to it. So yeah, and tons of special features. Almost up there with like a Scream Factory. So yeah, moving right along, we got Hatchet 3. Not going to say much about Hatchet 3, I just need to get the third one, I finally have. So I was trying to find it on Blu-ray. It was pretty expensive online, and I found it used at a pawn shop for, I think it was $5. So good stuff. Finally finish off the Hatchet collection. I got The Witch here, a really cool steelbook edition of it here. Their old black billy goat there, and this is a really cool movie. I wouldn't want to talk too much about it. I know some people don't like it. It's a very slow burn, but to me, it is an excellent story. It's very macabre and gothic, and it's just excellent to me. I love the way it all played out. I wouldn't want to say anything really about it. It's a great movie to go into fresh and not know anything about. So definitely check out The Witch if you get a chance. But don't expect it to be some like gratuitous, horror film witch movie. It's more of like a movie, like a story. And it's great. I enjoyed this a lot. I think the whole cast did a good job acting. So moving right along, Friday the 13th, Killer Cut. This is the remake from 2009. I would love to get the Friday the 13th box set, but I would never want to pay what people were asking for it online. Hoping one day to come across it used. But until then, I got this with the slipcover for $7. I actually like this remake, unlike the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, which just sucks. This one's actually pretty awesome. The first, the opening act itself is like this little awesome contained Friday the 13th movie. I think it's awesome. And then the rest of the movie itself gets pretty cool too. So, yeah, it's hardcore. It's got the kills and everything you want from a Friday the 13th movie. Even the so pretty good. I definitely want to get the box set one of these days though. So I got Paranormal Activity and Paranormal Activity 3. I still need to get 2 and 4. So I've only seen the first one. Haven't seen 3 yet because I'm not going to watch 3 without 2 first. And I heard 5 and 6 aren't that great, but I'll probably eventually check them out. But I really did enjoy the first Paranormal Activity. Thought it was really creepy and really good use of found footage sort of format. So yeah, pretty happy to own these. Got them both Both super cheap used. I got this one $5, this one $2. So moving along, trying to keep these videos a lot shorter. So if you're wondering why I'm not talking about a lot of the movie, that's why I really want to make these videos quite a bit shorter. So anyways, The Exorcist extended director's cut, directed by William Friedkin. This is a masterpiece of horror. It used to be considered the scariest film of all time. It may still be to some. To me, it's not like fully on like scary. It's more disturbing to me. I find it more disturbing than like frightening, like where I get all creeped out and stuff. But I think it is a very good film. The special effects hold up real well. They look fucking gross and awesome. And this is a director's cut where she like comes down the stairs all contorted and shit. Ellen Bernstein's excellent in this movie as usual. And yeah, so this comes with a pretty cool documentary, special features. Great movie. I almost bought the anthology for $20. I got this for $7. And I've never seen the other Exorcist movies, so I had some other things I wanted to grab that day. So I was kind of like budgeting my money, so I decided to just go with this. And if down the line I want the other ones, I'll grab them. But for now, this works. Awesome classic horror. So here's another really well done series, the Insidious series here from James Wan. Really great movie. The first one is fantastic. Not going to talk about the story because I don't want to give anything away. It's just a really cool like haunted house, but not haunted house. It's a haunted boy movie, and possession, and kind of like The Exorcist in a way. But yeah, that's Insidious. It's actually pretty fucking creepy and scary. The second one is a complete like continuation where right after the first one ends, we go right into chapter 2, and it continues the story off pretty cool. I know some people have a problem with the further. I won't say what that is, but that's what a lot of people don't like about these movies. I think it was pretty cool and interesting. But yeah, that's Insidious chapter 2. Pretty awesome as a whole, both these movies together. I have not seen Insidious 3 here. Really cool slipcover though, like it's got this really cool texture to it, and the eyes all embossed and stuff. But I haven't seen Insidious Chapter 3. I hear it's more of a standalone movie, and it's not directed by James Wan, whereas the first two are. But I am looking forward to checking it out. The first two were pretty awesome. Just watched number 2 yesterday, actually, so I hear this one doesn't have to do with these characters other than Elise, I believe, so definitely want to check this out. Pretty cool looking movie. So, more James Wan awesomeness here. I got The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2. I love these movies. I think they're actually a lot better than Insidious in many ways. It's more of this crazy, like, traditional haunted house movie with Exorcist overtones and poltergeist sort of thing going on. The casts in both the movies are excellent. They're based on Ed and Lorraine Warren's case studies of paranormal activity over the years, true stories and stuff. I'm sure they're changed, obviously, to make movies more interesting, but these movies actually scared the shit out of me, both of them. I found them both very creepy. My hair on the back of my neck stood up. I actually watch Conjuring 2. I'm like, okay, I'm going to turn off all the lights and watch this movie and get really into it. Halfway through the movie, I turned those fucking lights back on because I was getting creeped out. Both the ghosts and stuff, all of them, it's just so effective without being gratuitous, relying on gore and, cheap scares. If you like that feeling when you're about to get a jump scare, if you're about to get a jump scare, it pays off. It's not like just someone grabbing you on the shoulder, something stupid like that. These movies are fantastic. The best part about them to me was I went on my birthday and I'm like, I want to go get something to watch for my birthday. I'm gonna buy myself something. Got The Conjuring for $7. This was a brand new price, $24, I believe. I bought some food and other things. As I was checking out, the lady was just talking away to me, and I guess she accidentally didn't scan this through, but put it on the thing that like takes away the sensor so it goes off when you walk out the store. Because when I had $40 in my hand ready to pay for everything, and when she checked me out, she's like, "Yes, that'll be $11.50," and I was like, okay. I put the $20 back in my pocket and gave her the other 20, and I was like, if the thing goes off and they check, I'll pay. But I walked out of the store and it didn't go off, so Walmart gave me a free Conjuring 2 birthday present, which was super nice of them. And I'm so happy because it's actually a really great movie. So thank you, Walmart, for the free film. So, like, I don't know what, she was talking to me a lot, and I don't know how she didn't scan it, but whatever, it worked out. I also picked up Annabelle, which is a prequel sort of deal, not really, kind of a spin-off movie. I expected it to be a lot better than it was. It was actually kind of shitty, but it did have some scares, and I would say the best part of this movie is probably the opening act. It's pretty cool. I think the beginning part of this movie is really well done. It's just the later is very predictable and gratuitous and relies on jump scares. It's not anywhere near as good as The Conjurings, which James Wan, if I didn't say, directed both of them. He did a great job. I would love to see a third Conjuring movie directed by James Wan with the main actors. And it's cool. You could watch either one of them out of order if you wanted to, because you don't, like, they're individual stories, so with recurring characters. So jumping right into more, I got a bunch of Stephen King stuff I've been wanting to get on Blu-ray for a while. Picked up Salem's Lot, really cool vampire movie directed by Tobe Hooper from 1979, I believe, or something like that. This is a very old school sort of horror film. The first half, I think it's 3 hours long. The first half is very slow. It does have some creepy moments with like how the vampires like lure you in. They come to your window and hang outside and freak you out. The way you get turned into vampires is pretty cool. The main vampire here is pretty awesome. The second half of the film, though, is excellent. I really enjoy the second half. It picks up a lot better pace. It's also got Holly from Die Hard in it as a young little tart. She is actually really good looking in that movie. But yeah, that's Salem's Lot. That came out along with two other titles, which you will see on Blu-ray for the first time. Picked up Creepshow 1 and 2. George A. Romero and Stephen King collaboration. The second one's written by George A. Romero, not directed, but the first one is written by, I believe Stephen King actually writes the screenplay. George directs it, whereas George writes the screenplay off Stephen King's work. They're all based on his short stories. Probably my favorite in this one is the Ted Danson, Leslie Nielsen part. I love that story. They're all pretty good, though. I like the Stephen King one with the meteor. I love Creepshow 1. Creepshow 2, not quite as good, but still pretty awesome. My favorite easily on this one is the Raft. Yeah, I love the Raft. Awesome. And pretty good overall. And also the Cigar Store Indian is pretty cool. So that's Creepshow 1 and 2. Great anthology films from the horror masters. There's another anthology film. 3 stories this time around. Quitters Inc., The Ledge, and Cat's Eye, where this little Drew Barrymore girl gets terrorized by this little troll. And the cat, who's kind of like the link between all the stories, is on this journey to get to her and save her from this terrible troll. The troll's actually pretty hilarious, and it dies hardcore. But my favorite one easily in this is The Ledge, and I also think Quitters Inc. is pretty hardcore. And The Cat's Eye is good, but it's definitely the weakest part of the film. So yeah, that's that also came out for the first time on Blu-ray with Salem's Lot. They're pretty good prices. I think $11.99 for each of them as soon as they came out. Picked up Firestarter here, another Drew Barrymore Stephen King movie. Pretty cool film. I think today Shout Factory just announced that this is going to be released under the Scream Factory treatment, so I'll definitely have to upgrade this. I just bought this and upgraded it from the double feature DVD, which kind of sucks that I should have just waited, but how was I to know? It was only $10 anyways, brand new. And the second one I don't ever really need to watch again. It wasn't terrible, but it definitely wasn't anywhere near as good as this. George C. Scott's really good in this movie. And yeah, pretty cool. Little girl with powers that's been used by the government, and they find out about her after losing touch with her, and they're after her so they can use her for her powers, and weaponize her. It's a pretty cool movie. Yeah, Martin Sheen's in this. I forgot about that. Heather Locklear as well. Good lord, I haven't seen this movie in a while, so I don't know if I'm gonna watch it before the Scream Factory, but maybe. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Another one, the same as Cat's Eye and Salem's Lot, It came out. Pretty great film. Everybody loves Pennywise, or is terrified of him. He's awesome. Tim Curry does an amazing job. I think I've read the book. I have the book on hardcover. That was a hell of a book, though. It was over 1,000 pages. I think this does a pretty good job of encapsulating that book. It has a lot of moments from the book. Sure, it's not everything. That would probably be pretty hard. I'm curious to see how the remake of this is going to turn out. But I think it does a pretty good job of representing the book, at least. Some people have a problem with the ending. I think it's what it is. It's not amazing, but it's definitely not terrible to me, I think. And I don't even think the special effects are that bad. It's just kind of jarring right at the end to see something like that after what you've got this whole time. Tim Curry, though, is the reason you watch this movie. He does an amazing Pennywise. Some of the kid actors are good, some of them are bad. Same goes for the adult cast. So yeah, that's It. Great movie. Finally to have that on Blu-ray is really cool. And the transfer is really well done, actually. So here is 1408. This is one of my favorite Stephen King movies. I think this was so well done. About this horror writer who is a big skeptic, and he finds out about this terrible 1408 room in the Dolphin Hotel. He's all skeptical. He gets there, and the room is one of the most evil, it is honestly one of the most evil villains in a movie, and it's just a hotel room, and it's so creepy, it's so evil, and it's like, it terrorizes him. I would hate to be in that room so bad. I watch this movie lots. I watch it all the time. I'm finally happy to own it on Blu-ray now and upgrade. I definitely think it is one of the best, as it says right there, ranks with The Shining as one of the best Stephen King adaptations ever. I agree with that. I love this movie. Samuel L. Jackson's got a small role in it, but even he's very effective with it. If you haven't seen this one, definitely check it out. And never go to the Dolphin Hotel ever. Sal here, this is a brand new movie. Oh, I forgot. Let's move back here quick. Conjuring 2. I forgot. I'm giving a digital copy away for Conjuring 2. So here you go. Sorry about that. Here's the code. 1, 2, 3. First come, first serve. And I'll also be giving a digital copy away for sale. So might as well just do that right away before I forget. This is a Google Play digital copy. Big code there. 1, 2, 3. First come, first serve as always. And this is a Stephen King sort of take on zombies. It's a cool version. It bases like a cell signal that comes over people's cell phones, and it reboots them into these primitive zombie sort of maniacs. And I don't know, it's not the greatest movie ever. In fact, it has quite a few moments that are like, oh god, that's cheesy as fuck and kind of bad. But it's still a good film to me. I still had a good time with it. It's just, it has a lot of bad moments throughout it. And the ending itself is just, the first time I watched this movie, I'm like, why does this have 3 endings? 3 different endings. Then I watched it the second time, and I think I kind of understood it more, what they were trying to go for. Again, John Cusack, Samuel Jackson, both pretty good in the movie. If there's highlights, it's definitely them. And, yeah, the phoners are pretty interesting. But, yeah, it's not great. It's not bad. It's just sort of mediocre, Stephen King. So was the book. I didn't really love the book either. So moving in, the rest are all Scream Factories. They had some sales. I got some pre-orders. This being a pre-order. Carrie Collector's Edition here. Fantastic cover right there. Don't need to talk about Carrie. Everybody knows what it's about. You know, this little girl who has telekinetic powers and a crazy overbearing religious mother. They're all gonna laugh at you. You and your dirty pillows, Carrie. Both are performances from Sissy Spacek and what's her name? What is her name? The mother is crazy. Piper Laurie, I'm pretty sure that's her. They're both performances are hardcore. John Travolta is also in this movie. And yeah, this Scream Factory edition, not only is it beautiful, the transfer's a 4K scan of the original negative, but look at the special features, all like a ton of new special features, vintage ones from prior releases. Just the Scream Factory treatment. Like, look at all that. Pause if you need to. It's ridiculous. Like, there is so much to watch on that, as usual. Another Scream Factory I picked up the pre-order for The Thing. One of my fucking favorite movies. Like, I haven't seen this a lot over the years, but in the last year since I picked it up, I had seen it a long time ago. I just didn't really remember it. I didn't get into it as much. I wasn't a huge horror fan as a younger dude, but since I had the original version on Blu-ray, and then getting this, I love this movie. It's seriously one of my favorite movies ever. Look at that art, and it has the original artwork inside on the reverse side of the Blu-ray case. The special features on this are ridiculous. There's so much to watch. Full documentary too, with Kurt Russell and John Travolta, John Carpenter. Sorry about that, Carpenter. Yeah, this movie's fantastic. It looks amazing on this transfer of Blu-ray. The special effects are still awesome and creepy and fucked up. And yeah, Kurt Russell's a badass with his crazy beard. So yeah, so happy to have that in the Scream Factory treatment. They did an amazing job with both these releases, but The Thing in particular. So the rest of these I got, except for one, on the Amazon Scream Factory Halloween sale. So some of them don't come with slipcovers, unfortunately, but I did get them at quite a bit of a discount, so it is what it is. It does suck, though. There's one in particular I really wish I would have got the slip for, and the first one I did get the slip for is Body Bags. This wasn't even really that much of a deal, but this is John Carpenter's anthology film. Pretty awesome. He is great in it as the, what is he, like a autopsy dude? Or is he? But the stories are great. The first one is really cool. The gas station, kind of a slasher movie directed by John Carpenter. The second one has to do with this crazy hair sort of story, with this dude who's losing his hair and goes to this crazy place that gives him a special treatment. And it's really crazy how that one turns out. Also directed by John Carpenter. The third one is Mark Hamill's story, which is pretty cool. Kind of a take on transplant, and will you get residing memories from the people that you get these organs from. And yeah, Mark Hamill certainly does that, and it's pretty crazy as well. Toby Hooper directed that part, and Mark Hamill's excellent in that. So yeah, some people don't really like this that much. They only like the beginning slasher part. I thought the whole thing was great, and John Carpenter is fucking hilarious as that kind of Crypt Keeper character, to be honest, but different. Anyways, moving along. Oh, my arm is getting sore. We got Backcountry here. Really cool. Kind of a monster movie sort of version, but with a bear, and it's kind of realistic. And it's about these two campers who go out in the woods trying to camp. They end up getting lost. The movie itself is really good. The characters are good. I like the way the story and characters play out. But then the bear gets there, and it turns into kind of like a stalking survival horror movie. And the gore when the bear, I won't say anything, but there is a bear attack, and the gore for that is ridiculously awesome. Like, it's fucking it's not even over the top. I bet you it would probably be similar to that in real life. It's just terrifying. This is actually based on something that happened here in Canada, which is pretty cool. Moving along, though, I got The Burning. Fantastic film. Heard nothing but good things about this. It's actually an early Weinstein movie before they did Miramax. Harvey produced it, and created and produced by Harvey Weinstein, and the screenplay was Bob Weinstein and Peter Lawrence. It's pretty cool. John, why can't I remember? It's Jason Alexander, sorry. He is in it, young, with a full, lovely head of hair, and he's pretty funny in it, probably my favorite character. Some other familiar faces. But this is pretty much Friday the 13th sort of deal. These young kids end up terrorizing this camp counselor, and they end up accidentally setting him on fire. He ends up burnt and crazy, and years later he comes back to exact revenge on them and any innocents in his way. Really awesome gore effects. Tom Savini, again, the kills are great. But like with most slasher movies, you kind of feel nothing for the kids because they're all shitty characters. And this one, all the characters are pretty good, so you kind of end up feeling like, oh, you're rooting for them. But I can't remember his name. Crowley, Crike. That's gonna bother me. But this movie is fantastic. I love it. There's debate on which one came first, Friday the 13th or this. But regardless, it's awesome. If you love slasher movies, you definitely need to see this. Probably, like a lot of people I watch on YouTube who are into Scream Factory, they all told me to check this out. So I took their advice and I was not disappointed. The only disappointment was that it didn't come with a slipcover. But it was a lot cheaper than it usually is. Got Monkey Shines, George A. Romero classic. I haven't seen this in a long time. My buddy had this on VHS tape from TV a long time ago. He showed it to me. I loved it. Pretty cool movie. Don't need to tell you what it's about. Just a very cool, interesting, kind of sci-fi in a way, horror. So definitely check out Monkey Shines if you have not. Here's Shocker. Wes Craven's Shocker. Pretty interesting movie. A little over the top. Didn't really love the ending. Thought the ending, the last like 20 minutes of the movie was a little ridiculous, but it didn't ruin the experience. I actually liked the first hour of this movie quite a bit. But yeah, Mitch Pileggi was pretty terrifying in this character here, and a little funny at times. Pretty interesting. And he gets put to the electric chair, and he ends up being able to use electricity to take himself through TVs and people and insert himself into people's body and then use them for his crazy will. It's fucking over the top, but I enjoyed it. The music's really good as well. Here's a new movie that came out from Scream Factory. It's one of those IFC movies, I think. Fender Bender. It's a really cool version of a slasher movie. It's pretty original. It's about this dude who goes around. He's a killer, and he goes around intentionally getting into little fender benders with people, so they just willingly give over their information to him, and he just turns up at their house, all dressed up like this crazy bastard here, and he terrorizes them and slasherizes them. So it's I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was fantastic. Mark Pavia, I believe is how you pronounce it. He did The Night Flyer, not a whole lot else, but he came back to direct a movie finally, and this is a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. All the acting is cheese, but it's good. It's not terrible, like it's actually kind of appropriate for what the movie is. Awesome ending as well. So definitely check out Fender Bender if you have not. It's to me, a must-see. I really enjoyed it. Got Army of Darkness. Again, unfortunately no slip, but I got it pretty cheap in comparison to what it goes for usually. Loved it this time around. The first time I watched it years ago, I didn't love it. Then I got it on Blu-ray. I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was terrible or anything. This time around, I really did enjoy it a lot more. It's one of those movies that the more you watch it, the better it gets. Comes with a theatrical, director's, and international cut. I think the theatrical is probably the best. I like the way it ends better than the director's cut. So many special features on here. There's like an hour and a 40-minute documentary on the making of that movie. So really great. Upgraded my Screwhead edition. So just sucks I didn't get the slip, but whatever. And same with this. I didn't get the slip for Pumpkinhead, but it is what it is. And I'd never seen this movie before. I really enjoyed it. Stan Winston directed it. He's a amazing creator of effects and characters over the years, and he got a chance to direct. Made a really good film about this demon that exacts revenge for people when he gets summoned by them. And it's pretty cool. Lance Henderson is really good in this movie. And unlike The Burning, the kids in this movie, you're just like, I hope they all get it. And the special effects are really good. And yeah, I'm happy to own this, and I'm happy that I really did enjoy it. Got it for just under $20, which is a pretty good price for it. So yeah, that is an awesome haul of horrifying horror for Halloween. So yeah, look at all those titles. And like I said, the cool Funkos. So hopefully you saw something here you enjoyed. Hopefully, if you have anything to say, go ahead and leave a comment below on any of these titles or anything that I've said. Make sure to like if you like and subscribe if you're not. And yeah, as always, be easy and happy Halloween. There's something in there. I don't know what it is, but it's really pissed off and weird. I fucked that line up or whatever. Happy Halloween.